Welcome, everyone. My name is Raul Rios, well known as Sargento Rios or Sergeant Rios for everybody. I'm very happy to be here today. I just came back from Spain, so I'm very excited. I'm still adapting to the time. It was 7 hours away, so I'm still a little tired. But hey, we have to be optimistic and making sure that we give the best of ourselves every single day. So today it is my pleasure to introduce not only a good friend, a business partner, and we've been doing so many things together. She was a very special guest in my wedding. You'll hear it all. Uh, Obdulia Banuelos, who is expanding and doing all that, all everything that it takes to take this business to Mexico. So I'm very excited, and that's why I wanted to start with a little bit of music because music. It doesn't matter if you don't understand the language. Music is universal, so you can understand the lyrics, the instruments, everything else. It's gonna come. So I choose a Puerto Rican guy you probably know, Mark Anthony, one of my best singers. So I wanted to have him on. I don't know if you hear it or not, but I just wanted to start the day because it's getting warm, and I want to make sure that as I speak, I'm motivated and my energy is always high. There you go. So that the song just ended, and I'm ready for this presentation. So Obdulia, I'm going to be interviewing you today. I'm going to be asking you lots and lots of questions, very difficult questions that I'm sure you're not ready for them. But I'm gonna do my best. So I'll make it easier for you. And the first question that I have for you, and you'll know a little bit about myself later on the presentation, but I want to know why did Obdulia Bañuelos Esparza started with Opulence Global? What was your why?
Thank you, Raul. Many of you know, and I always share it because this is very powerful for me, and this is very important. My why, my son. So my why, it's my son. I have him in this presentation here. This is the last cruise that this is right before pandemic. Our last corporate cruise, I was able to take him. We were able to take our kids and our partners, and my why is him. It's I shared that in the past that when he was starting preschool, this was almost 10 years ago, I was working for Bank of America, a big corporation here in California. And I had a really good title. Like I had a really good title, executive position. And I did not have the time to take him to school, to pick him up from school, to take him to the soccer game, to do anything with him because I was so tied to my job that it was, yes, I was growing professionally like big time, but my maternal side of it was completely out. Like it was not working for me. So for me, he's my why. I do everything. I wake up at 3 in the morning to do a presentation. I do anything to make sure I'm a role model for him, and also I provide him what he needs. And he's a very lucky boy to be met Ramin and Sanas in the cruise. He has Opulence Global in his blood since he was 3 years old. Not even 3 years old, I joined the company, and he loves it. He loves the company. He loves Ramin and Sanas. He loves our corporate team. He loves our. At one point, he knew more about the compensation plan that my team knew about it. So he's like, he sees me, he sees the love and passion that I have for the business, and he's my why. He's the reason why I decided to learn about our industry, because I had no idea about our industry before Opulence Global. I never knew what multi-level marketing was, nothing. But because of my son, I give myself the opportunity to learn about our industry and to start my life as an entrepreneur.
Awesome. Okay, well, usually people start with your who's Obdulia. I wanted to start with the most important part, your why, because that's
Yes.
when it gets those moments, they come back to life. And I'm going to continue esta presentación en español para todos ustedes. Van a tener que aprender español. I'm sorry. I'm just teasing with you. I'm not going to do the presentation in Spanish, although I wish I could do one. Hopefully in the future we can do one. But okay, Obdulia, great. I know the why is the most important part. And but when did you start? When did you launch your own business with Opulence Global?
It's going to be 10 years in February. It's going to be 10 years. And that's exactly when he was starting preschool. So when he started preschool, that's when I say, wow. This is working for corporates, not something that I can do for the rest of my life if I want to be with my son, if I want to spend more time with my son. So that was almost 10 years ago.
Great. And I know I've been like watching you on Instagram and Facebook and everything, and you've been traveling to Mexico at least 3 times a month. And for me, that will be a privilege, to be in Mexico eating tacos and our Mexican people are really, really warm. So I know since you travel a lot, what is one of the most memorable times that you have in Opulence Global? Can you share like a little quick story of when was that aha moment or awakening moment that you said, oh man, this is amazing, I want to be here for the rest of my life?
Definitely. When you start touching people's lives, I think for me, I have some photos here. As you know, Raul has been also a partner in crime here with me to do fashion shows. When we started, Raul too, when we started, we only have the fashion line, right? We have Fairy, we have Posh, we have Fairy Mosh. So that was our main focus. It was fashion. So we took advantage of it and we went wild. We did lots of fashion shows. This is one in San Francisco. This is to support breast cancer. It was an amazing fashion show. It was a fundraising. And this must have been 8 years ago, okay? And then this other one is it's in Guadalajara, Mexico. It's on the TV station where we did it together, Raul. It was in Puerto Vallarta. It's right here. I mean, most of you know where Puerto Vallarta is. This was our first fashion show in Mexico. And we did it. Raul is here. Raul's wife is here in this photo as well, right here, Alexis. And I mean, just the opportunity that our company can provide. I think the opportunity that our company can provide to anyone in any country, regardless of the language that you speak, regardless of the economy, we have the opportunity for everybody. So for me, that's very important. These are some of the things that we have done and that I always gonna bring in my heart, that I'm always gonna have in my heart. That when I was on stage and you asked me like the aha moment, I think I have like so many aha moments, but when I was on stage presenting for our 10th anniversary, it was right here. I just felt like, his background, my co-presenter is Vietnamese. And I was like, wow, listen, this is a Mexican right here. And this is a Vietnamese guy, so professional. And every time we see this in our presentations, we have people from all over the world that unite with Opulence Global, okay? For those of you, this is our previous, for those of you who are new, who don't recognize this logo, this is our previous logo, Global Trade, but now since 2018, we upgraded and we moved to Opulence Global. I just want to make sure understand that this is the same company, okay? It is the same company. It is just different logo. But I believe it's the fact that I can see people from all over the world, people from different backgrounds, people from different languages that have the same opportunity with Opulence Global. I think that's my most amazing. It just mesmerizes by me. It memorizes that we don't need to be the same to be successful with Opulence Global.
Great. Well, can you go back one slide, Obdulia? I want to recap on something.
Yes.
So this is February 20th of 2016, okay? And it's about maybe 11 p.m. or something. I remember it because that was the first day I met Alexis, who's now my wife. And that was because of Obdulia. Okay, that was because of Obdulia. Alexis joined the company the month after, and we were able to go together to Toronto. And then month after month, and 6 months after, we were already getting engaged. So
Yeah.
that's how crazy things can be when you're in a company that's internationally, right? We had people from Nigeria that joined us that day.
Mhm.
That it was just an amazing experience, and this is the type of stuff that you can do. For me, it changed my life. Introduced me to the love of my life. Now we have a 2-year-old together, and it's just amazing. That's why I wanted to go back to this slide, who brings a lot of memories. And
Yes.
hey, but thanks, Obdulia. But this is not about me; it's about you. So continue.
No, 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 no. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. And I love it. And we know that we are family. We know that in
Yeah.
Opulence Global, we become families. We become families within our teams, but we also become families in the whole corporation. So that's something that doesn't happen everywhere. I just want to mention that doesn't happen everywhere. It happens here with Opulence Global.
And so now that you're saying that, what is your favorite line of products? Because we have so many,
Yeah.
and then after you, I want to share a little bit about my experience with the brand. Like with Opulence Global. So uh, tell us which is your best line.
Now, okay, I know I'm a little biased because now we're presenting Fountain of Life in Mexico. So it's like, this is our baby. This is I know this is like a product that I cannot live with, like without it. I cannot live without it. So this is right now, but definitely I love our fashion line. I'm always like, my earrings, these are posh. I'm always wearing fairy, my sunglasses, my purse, my shoes, my everything. So I love them all. I love them all. I always been a product of the product. I always, since day one that we launch our skincare, I've been using our skincare. I've been using Fountain of Life since day one. So if I have to choose one, it's gonna be Fountain of Life.
Great. I mean, we personally use it. My son uses this, and my son is 2-year-old, and he knows. He's like, I want. He calls it fall, right? FOL. He'd be like, I want fall, because whenever he sees mama, doing this, he'd be like, I want, and we give him one little drop. Not very often, right? But we still give him a little bit, and that's, I mean, if you ask me, yes, FOL, I use it all the time. Every trip I take, I make sure that I take my little bottle. And I have amazing testimonials with FOL myself, in my family. But I mean, I love my watch. I mean, everywhere I go, and I've been having this for maybe 5 years, I want to say. This is a gift after my wedding. I was like, I want to give myself a gift. My wife gave it to me, but it was kind of like my money and her money, together. But anyway, everywhere I go, either the shoes, I mean, I get recognition. Someone will stop and say, I love your shoes, man. What brand are they? And I'm like, well, let me tell you, let me give you this link, and I'll give you a percentage off if you go online and buy them. I mean, I love the fashion line, and my wife was just telling me right now that there is no comparison with the facial creams and stuff. So she wants to go and make a big order, since now if we move to Mexico, we want to make sure that we're prepared, and we take a lot of stuff with us. That's if we move to Mexico soon, because it could happen. Anyway, Obdulia, let's continue with the presentation. I get excited. I get excited
No.
every time I share.
It's totally okay, because you know what, Raul, we for most of us who've been here and with the company for over 7 years, we started with our fashion. So we're so passionate about our fashion line. I saw the photos in Spain yesterday, 2 days ago. You were wearing your MERS. You had your MERS on, and I mean, you see it and you recognize it. It's very, So I know we've been so in love with our fashion products, and definitely every single product is just the best. So we are in love. We are the product of the product. We use it all the time, and it's great. And you know, I also want to say that with my son too, we have a lots of great photos of before and after of how he's been using it topically. So again, Fountain of Life, my favorite.
Awesome. How how about well, you know what? I am gonna share it because usually I share this with my friends because every time they see me with either one, I have like a lot of shoes from Ferry, right? I love them, and I share this particular only with my close family and friends because, but I'm gonna share it today. Do you think it should be okay if I share it?
Yes.
It's okay. Well, um, it's funny, but anyway, I when I walk, so when I walk a lot, like usually I wear tennis shoes, right? They're comfortable, but like people, especially in Mexico, when it's hot and humid, or here in San Antonio, after like 5 hours of nonstop walking or running or moving around, uh, even my socks get all wet. You know, I have excessive sweating sometimes, you know, maybe because I drink a lot of liquids, but people, especially like myself, if I'm in a cheap shoe, to be honest, I get I get stinky feet, right?
Mhm.
Sorry to say that, but I mean that's I think that happens to a lot of people. If you walk for many hours, sweat, and then it's gonna get stinky, right? Because sweat, salt. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I share with friends and family only. But anyway,
This
when
is
I'm wearing
family. This is
my
family.
when I'm wearing my ferry shoes on top of they're really comfortable. I did it with this last trip in Mexico. I took only two pairs of ferry shoes, and that was it. Without socks, I wear them without socks because the leather, you know, it's all leather, even inside. I be walking 10 hours nonstop, and I literally to one of my friends, really good friend, I said, hold on. I took my shoes off and I put on his face, right? Because we're good, real friends. I'm like, tell me what it smells like. He says, leather. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, thank you. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes we want to buy really like cheap shoes, 80, $100, but they get worn up really quick. I have my shoes, Obdulia, since I joined the company. Okay,
Yes.
since I joined the company, and I want to say it's what 7 years ago,
Mhm.
uh, and they still look legit. They still look nice. Of course, little worried. I mean, depending which shoe I'm wearing, but I just love sharing that story because I literally can take my shoe off and be like, after 10 hours of walking, what do you smell like? And I'm not wearing socks, leather. So I mean, yeah, that's something that I usually share with my friends and family, but out here it's all family. So anyway,
Yes.
share with
No, this is our
you
family.
have to
It's
be the
still
product
family.
of the product.
No, be the product of the product, just like our senior vice president says. It's true. Be the product of the product. And you know, it's beautiful that the more you wear it, the more you have it, the more you're like, this is exactly what I want. Like, I don't want to go back to anything else but fairy. Hmm.
Perfect. Well, now I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you a more business question, right? It's more
Okay.
business oriented question, and I have it written down so that way we continue to do the the structure that we should have on a business
Okay.
call. Now sharing a smelly feet, right? Anyway, um, I want you to share with us business testimonials, like in the following order. A, personal income earned, maybe in
Okay.
your entire duration, or in a month, 12-month overall. And then the size of your organization, because I know after 10 years and opening the Latino market, I know personally know as your friend how you have been struggling and continuing and always with that high energy sharing Opulence Global. So tell us a little bit about the business side.
Thank you. I when I left corporate, I went full time. Full time with Opulence Global, and I was like, oh my god, they don't recommend that. Okay, don't take it by don't do it, don't do it. I'm just saying my story. This is my personal. Okay, this is mine. I went full time, so I started doing branding parties. You know what that is? Branding parties, where you have a host and they do a party, they invite their friends, and then you share either a percentage of the sale, or you do. I mean, it's your business, right? So you can go and go crazy on it. So I did a lot of branding parties for the different nonprofits that I was involved. In my first month as a full timer, my goal was to exceed my salary from corporate, right? So my salary back then, it was like $4,800 a month. So my goal was to exceed my salary. Okay, I'm talking about American dollars, so it was like 4,800, around 4,800. So I said, whoa, I have to do it. Lots of branding parties. In order for me to exceed that, that's not going to happen in one. That's definitely not going to happen in two. So I went on branding parties. And my first month, I was able to exceed it by, it was $5,300. So I exceeded by about $500. And I set that goal, I set the goal that I was not going to go, if I was leaving corporate, it was not because I was going to go like this, right? If I was leaving corporate, it's because I was going to go up. I was going to grow, and I had to grow financially. I have my family. I had to pay my rent. I have to pay my bills. I have to do everything. So I became very, very active in branding parties. And for us, and I have to restate it, is our company gives us the opportunity to make good money in retail. Our company gives us the opportunity to make good profit on retail. So I recommend to focus on retail. That's instant cash. That's right away. Okay, you don't have to wait to build a team. You don't have to wait for your commissions to kick in. You don't have to wait for any of that. It is within you to make money right away, the same month, the same week that you start. So for me, that was definitely an aha moment that I was able to do it. Again, it was my personal choice to leave corporate and to start Opulence Global 100% of the time. It was my choice. It's not recommended, right? It's not recommended, but I did it. I went in and I say, I'm on it 100%. So it was very important for me to learn about the product, okay, to become very knowledgeable of what I was providing. It was very important for me. And that's when I started like to learn about the tripod of belief, Raul, that I always share. Believe in you. And the only way I can believe in me if I have the knowledge, if I have the information that I need to talk about, right? If I have information on the product, if I can show you why a fairy shoe is way better than anything else out there. So I became very knowledgeable about it. Like I put that goal to myself that I needed to learn about the product, about the industry, about the company, in order for me to believe in myself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to make those sales. You're not going to be able to book one party after another party after another party. You're not going to do it. You have to do it because you believe in yourself. Sorry, I took too long to answer one question. And my organization, so after almost 10 years, my organization is now in 35 countries around the world. So we are in over 200 countries, and part of my organization is in over 35.
Amazing. That's great. Well, I get excited just to hear your story, because I seen you for so many years, for so long, and you're doing it great, because you wear it, you show it, and it's part of your life. So that's amazing. And well, stronger organizations, they have to have stronger leadership. So what is the importance of your leadership, Obdulia? And then, since you're closer to everybody up there, what's been, that difference with leadership that you didn't see in other organizations?
I definitely starts from the top, right? It starts with Ramin, with our CEO, Ramin Mesralou, and our senior vice president, Sanaz Human. they are people that you can talk to. You know what I mean? Like, I never saw that in corporate. Like, I mean, I was able to talk to maybe my supervisor and the person above him, but never able to go all the way to the top, right? And our executive director has made that, you know, has made that culture, has started that culture of being accessible, being there, being a phone call away or a WhatsApp away or an email away. That's something that really like inspired me to, okay, I want to be like them one day. You know, I want to be big, but I want to be down to earth, you know? And, you know, Raul, we have done a lot of philanthropy work, and we have done a lot of nonprofit work, volunteer work in our community, where we show that we have to give back. You know, we have to give back to our community. So for me, I guess a leader, it's a big word, you know, it's a big word, but definitely a leader needs to do the work, you know, to do the work, to show the path, and then just do it. I always share the retail, you know, like, don't be afraid. Like, don't think you're gonna make lots of money right away if you don't do the work. You have to do the work. You have to work to make that money come to your pocket, you know. So for me, it's I get inspired by, you know, a lot of people in this corporate, and everyone in this chat right now, in this call right now. I think everyone has inspired me one way or another. And I want to be that inspiration for our Latino community. I want to be that inspiration for our new markets, for our Mexico market. I want to be that inspiration that we can do it with hard work. It's not just about the trips. It's not just about being on stage or being on TV. That's just the payoff. You know, that's just like the other side of the coin. It is the hard work that you have to do before you see those results.
Amazing. Well, I tell you, I was in one of the biggest organizations in the world, that where leadership is essential, right? Leadership are it's like, that they're golden. If you don't have good leadership, then bad things can happen, right? But I can tell you that I joined the company in February of 2015, and that same year, okay, I went on March to the first convention. And I'm gonna tell you just this because this makes a huge difference for me, at least for me, coming from this big organization. The first convention that I went, of course, it was like I didn't know anything about, you know, the company. I was fresh, I was new, and I remember we were walking to the parking lot with Obdulia after a long day, maybe around 10 p.m. And Ramin, our CEO, was coming in his, I think it was a Lamborghini or it was a McLaren. I don't remember. Okay, I was really bad with cars back then, but I think it was a Lamborghini. He was coming in, and Obdulia kind of like went in front of the car, and I was like, Obdulia, please let him, ask him if I can sit on the car and then go to the parking lot with them. You know, like, please come on, do it with me. That'll be my first time in the luxury car. And then she did it. She was like, hey, Ramin, do you mind if Raul just jumps in the car? He's brand new. I was brand new, literally. And then Ramin was like, yeah, hop on. And I was like really excited going to the parking lot. And he says, buckle up. And I was like, buckle up to go to the parking lot? I was like, makes no sense. But I was like, okay. So he went outside. He went outside the hotel and gave me a like 40-minute ride in Toronto. Okay. I get the chills, guys, because it wasn't the car experience what changed me that moment. It was the talk that he gave me during that trip, knowing that I was nobody in the company, that I was new. That changed me right away. And I said, if the CEO can come all the way down and talk to a guy that knows nothing, that has no team, that hasn't given a contribution to the company, And he takes 40 minutes of his time after preparing from since 3 a.m. to give a presentation, and he was tired. He was like ready to go to sleep. I was like, I'm in this, right? That changed me. That's the importance of leadership in any organization. That's,
Yes.
I mean, that I needed to to address it, and I needed to share with all of you, because it's that inspiration of leadership that takes you and everybody else to the next level. So
Mhm.
thank you, Obdulia. Thank you for that, because I was like, I gotta share
Yes,
it.
no, and this is what we have in Opulence Global. This is exactly the type of leadership. So it inspires you, it inspires you to just be like them one day, to be and so humble. I mean, both of them, Ramin and are so humble and there for you. So that's we're just too lucky. We're just too lucky to be part of Opulence Global.
Definitely. And
Yes.
Obdulia, if you were to describe Opulence Global in one word, what would that be and why?
Ay. Was
I
this
told
part
you it
of
was
the
going to be
question?
difficult. I told you it wasn't going to be easy. So
Oh my God. Oh wow. You should give me a heads up to think about it. Um, I'm gonna use family. Okay. We are, and I think we repeated today, we are a family. We come from, I mean, Raul, you're gonna share your background. Your background is military. Your background is, yes, we're both Mexicans, but we're completely different backgrounds, and we have become so close. So for me, it's family, and I can call Maria Batista if I need any help with anything, about the business. I can call Steph Weiss. I can call, I can call, I think everyone here in this call. I can call Rocio from Mexico. I can call Imelda. I can call, Amarjit for Singapore, Ifra, and they will be there for me. They will be there for me, and I I just believe that we have the best family in this world, that we have a common goal, and we have known that by helping each other out, by being there for each other, by empowering each other, we all gonna thrive and we all gonna be successful. So I'm gonna say familia. It's my word, family, familia. How I can describe in one more, Opulence Global.
amazing. Well done. I was expecting it. I was expecting it to be a great answer, right? That's why, if you noticed, this is not a typical interview where you have, certain, they send you the questions, so you're sending me a question, you just study them. No, it has to be improvising, because that shows your talent, right? So now, but remember, why would we sharing about we're sharing about Abdulia, we're not sharing about Raul, right? And and I want to ask you another question before you move your screen. And
Okay.
usually there is always a reason why. I know your why of why you joined the company,
No,
but
no.
uh, what did it take you? I mean, you can leave it there. That looks really good, because I can see my wife in there, so that gives me a little more motivation. What? So for some people, joining a company like Opulence Global, it's because of money. For some other reason, and for some other people, it could be because of lack of time with their families, right? They could have an amazing income, but they don't have time to enjoy with their families. I want you to share with us, what was that reason for you joining Opulence Global?
It was time, definitely. At the beginning, it was not, again, it was not the money that I wanted to make more money than I was making in my job. At that moment, it was the time that I wanted to spend with my son. So at that moment I just wanted to have the time freedom. And I don't have any images here, but during pandemic, our business was still running, right? Our business was still there, and I was able to take my son, because he was studying from home. So I was able to take him with me to every single business trip. It was the time that I needed to spend with him. That one of the reasons why I started the quality time.
Right. Awesome. Now I have a test for everybody right now, and I'm only looking for one answer. So if you think you got the answer, you can just put it on. You can just type it in. But do you see this picture on the screen? You know, everybody's like so many flags in the background, and then Obdulia jumping and screaming, Sherry there, my wife, of course, the one in gray, and other partners from Mexico, and Perla from Toronto. I want you to see, I want you to tell me what's missing in that picture that will give that picture so much value and more, even more value. What's missing in that picture? Anyone has the answer? It's me. I'm not in that picture, guys, because I left early that day. I had to be back in California for work, and I missed that moment. I left that early on that morning, and you know, if I wanted to make a joke, I will say I got out of the picture to see how the picture looks without me, right? But that's not the point, right? The point here is that it's those moments where, you know, you get caught, you get that picture that's not perfect, that is not clear, that's showing you the true emotions that's happening, you know, and that's you know, the word that you describe, Obdulia, that's family, right? Even after 7 years, I still, you know, talk to people that maybe they're not in the company anymore, but they were marked. Now we met through the company, and that's the importance, you know, of being in an organization that's here to stay. So that you're gonna be meeting a lot of new people every single day, and that's life, right? So anyway, we can continue, Obdulia.
No. You know, I think we talk a lot about me, and I have some questions for you. I have some photos, actually. I have some photos of you, of your regular job of as a Sargento Rios, as a Sergeant Rios. And we have also a special guest at the end. We have someone who's opening the market in Mexico. And the common theme here is that we want to share this opportunity with Mexico and Latin America and every Latino in the world. And we're so excited and we're so passionate about it. So Raul, I'm gonna share some photos that I actually took from, I was gonna use the word stole from your, but no, I just took them. I just borrowed them from your Instagram. And this is you, you know, this is you has with your different outfits of the Army. So share with us why you do besides Opulence Global, why you do, and why did you choose Opulence Global too?
This wasn't on the plan, Obdulia. You're putting me on the spot right now.
You got me on the spot earlier, so I got you on the spot now. This is
fair.
No,
that's fair.
I just wanted to finish. You know, I wanted to finish our today's with learning a little bit about you. Definitely, we have to do another interview, knowing more and more about you. But I just wanted to finish with, you know, some information about who you are and why did you choose Opulence Global.
Okay. Well, I was in the Army. I just got out a few months ago. Okay, I was in the Army for 13 years. I gave the Army 13 years of my life, and it gave me a lot. That's what I was sharing. That I was in one of the biggest organizations in the world, where leadership has to, you know, it has to be great, right? It has to be great because of any decisions that we make. I mean, I was really tired. I was really tired of always receiving orders, right? I think that you don't want to be told what to do every single day of your life, right? There's no limits, right? You can go up and up and up and up in rank, and you can have seniority, but there's always somebody that's going to be telling you you're right, you're wrong, you don't do this way, you do it that way. So the lack of that, they were the higher I was getting on rank, they were sending me to more trainings, so I was not getting enough time with my son, right? That's what I said. After 13 years, I decided I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I think it's time for me to move on and focus on what's giving me that opportunity to grow, not only as a person, but to be able to help more people, right? I know I did my time and it was amazing. I got so much out of it. I don't regret it. Luckily enough for me, I was never in any conflict. I was always against, war, against like fighting and all. I was always trying to be that optimistic soldier, trying to make people, go to the next levels and see their options they had in the outsides, right? So a little bit about myself. Um, Shoot, I do too many things. In Mexico, we call it a todólogo. So we do a lot of things. We do everything, right? Right now, on top of Opulence Global, I am a broker, insurance broker in 21 states in the United States, and then I'm also a what is called a real estate investor. We flip houses. We do it here in the United States, and we also work with developers in Mexico. So, and also I have um, an accountability sergeant. So what that means is that I help people get from point A to point B in a very structured way, but always working with their emotions and personal love, right? Personal love for me is the clue, is the key on top of working with their emotions. But on this, I have a challenge for 99 days, and I'm in the last stage. I'm introducing FOL, right? Was helping me with nutrition and with everything else that I do. I'm sharing in the last stage, which is the last 33 days. So, and of course, I promote our business, Opulence Global, as much as possible, being the product of the product, and also sharing all, everything that I've been doing with the company. On top of knowing that everybody knows that because of Opulence Global and because of Obdulia, I met my wife, and that's already winning the lottery. All right, so that's a little bit about me. I mean, you took good pictures of Dulia, but I'm like wine. The older I get, the better I look, and that's just because of and that's because of all the confidence of self love, right? Once we learn how to love ourselves, everything in our surroundings is gonna be just beautiful. So I encourage you to all to start working on yourself, and then get surrounded by like-minded people like us that want to better ourselves, that want to help the world. That's where you want to be, and that's the powerful part of being on a company that's internationally known. You can go to any country and find a friend and find somebody that's maybe willing to give you a tour, and that's the beauty of it. So thanks, Obdulia, for stealing these pictures from my Instagram. Like I
No,
said, you took good pictures.
thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing earlier about the testimonials about your being the product of the product. You always been the product of the product since day one. When it comes to shoes, when it comes to the merch, when it comes to the timepiece, so you always been that. So I just wanted the world to know, like, everything else that you do. That doesn't mean that it's not possible, right? It doesn't mean that you're too busy to do the business. Is you doing the business, and you are there. You're always there, and definitely, I just want to finish up with we have Rocio Saldaña here in the call. She is from Mexico, and she's opening the Mexican market. Okay, she's been doing the Spanish tours and the Spanish product training. She's been like a training since day one, and I wanted to just bring her on the call because a lot of us say that, oh, I'm not a good trainer, or I don't know how to, I don't know everything about the company. Oh, I don't know about the compensation plan. And one of the things that and this is from Ramin, you should not wait until you know everything, because I don't think nobody knows everything, right? I've been with the company for 10 years, almost 10 years. Raul has been with the company for almost 7 years. and we don't know everything, you know. So I just want to acknowledge Rocio, who is opening the market, who is our pioneer in Mexico. And I just want to say, you know, Rocio, thank you for being on the call, and thank you for stepping up in day one. Day one, you've been presenting. Day one, you're like, I don't know about the different packages that we have. I don't know about the different kits, but it's okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, Rocio, welcome to the call. And I know for those of you, we're just finishing up. We're just wrapping it up. But I just want to say welcome, Rocio. Can you hear us?
Hi, everybody. Yeah.
Rocio, I know, I just want to ask you one question. Why did you start? Oh, by the way, she's a professional chef. Oh, I also have some photos of her. So this is her family in Playa del Carmen. She lives in one of the most amazing places of Mexico. That's like the Hawaii of Mexico. This is her family, and this is her. Has a professional chef. She is a professional chef, and she's part of our community. She's part of our familia, and definitely, you know, talking to Raul, like how beautiful that we have the best supplement, right? We have the best supplement that you can balance a good diet, because she's a chef, and then Raul with the fitness and the supplement. I mean, Rocio, why did you join Opulence Global?
Well, I love this product. I don't know. I fall in love
with Fountain of Life.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
sorry, my English is not perfect. I'm sorry.
It's okay. There is a few of us that we can help out. You can tell us in Spanish your testimonial, and then we can do it. We can translate it in English. How's that?
No. It's no problem.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us about like why did you learn? I mean, you say it's because of the product.
Yes, somebody told me about Fountain of Life. Well, it's in a moment I don't have job, but I need job because I need money. My kids, I take care of my kids. So somebody told me about Fountain of Life, and first of all, I proved this on my family and and me.
Yes.
And then I fall in love in Fountain of Life. This product has a lot of benefits, a lot.
Yes. Well, thank you, Rocio. And for those of you who don't know Rocio, she is started an Instagram right away. Okay, this is what I'm talking about when it is like, wow, you started an Instagram about Fountain of Life. You have a Facebook page about Fountain of Life. You have testimonials. You have done so much in only a few months. Rocio, how long you been with the company now?
3 months.
3 months. 3 months, and then she started presenting the first month. Okay, so thank you, Rocio. And you know, I just want to finish saying this. We are a family. We are here to help each other. We are here to thrive together, to grow in professionally and personally. Like, I love the way you say, Raul, you know, better ourselves in every single way. And
Yes.
we have the people surrounding us who are gonna help us make it happen. So I just want to thank Raul and everyone for being in this call. Raul, thank you so much for accepting to be part of this interview and for interviewing me, and definitely sharing your testimonials and sharing everything about the company. Thank you, Rocio. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Julia, for hosting us today. You're so good. I love your energy. I love your energy. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you very, very much, Raul and Obdulia. That was an amazing interview. It was fun. It was inspiring. It was exciting. And nice to meet you, Rocio. Good luck and congratulations for all that you've done in 3 months, presenting on your first month. It also is inspiring. So I'm happy Obdulia shared it with us. And I think we can use 1 minute or 2 minutes if anyone has some kind of question either if it's partners or if it's guests. Feel free to raise a hand or type it in the chat, and Obdulia and Raul can gladly answer your questions, any kind of question. Or if someone of the partners want to share something that inspired them on the call, you are also welcome to do so. Just unmute yourself and share with us. Someone?
It's okay. It's okay. We have thank you everyone for your amazing comments. I just, you know, I wanna read them all. Alexis, thank you. Alexis, Raul's wife, she's there too. She's watching us. And thank you everyone for being here, for listening to our story, and for, you know, we can do everything that we put ourselves, like we set our mind to with Opulence Global. It's possible. So just want to share that, and thank you for being here.
Definitely. If we do not have any more questions, I would like to thank you again, Raul and Obdulia. It was really amazing. I really enjoyed it, and many partners enjoyed it. And it's really, really fun hearing more and more stories every week. All our partners and guests join us next week, same day, same time, for another inspiring story of the Leadership Cocktail, episode 2. It's really cool. It's a fun way to end the weekend, begin a new way. You can invite every single person you want and let them know this is the right place to be inspired. And if we do not have any questions, I think we can let you go and enjoy your weekend.
All right. Thank you, Julia. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Gracias.
Bye.
Gracias.
A usted, Carlos.
Go,
Bye.
Carlos.